where every gesture, every tone, every second of silence communicates hierarchy. Machiavelli called it the theater of power. In his world, every prince needed a public image stronger than his real strength. In modern conversation, that image is not your looks. It is your inner frame, your ability to project a reality she accepts as superior without you ever claiming it. This is not about being fake. It is about cultivating an inner certainty so firm that you never need to prove yourself. And how do you cultivate that certainty? Through micro-decisions. You do not answer questions that do not deserve answers. You do not justify your mood. You do not over-explain your past. And you never, ever apologize for who you are. If you disagree with something she says, you hold your ground calmly. You do not debate to win, you state to solidify. I understand your point, but I see life differently. Said with calm conviction, that single line is worth more than 1,000 compliments. She may not agree with you. Perfect. You are not seeking approval. You are offering access to a world that does not need her validation. And to her subconscious, that is irresistibly rare. Do you know why? Because most people are desperate to be liked. You, on the other hand, are willing to lose the interaction before betraying your frame. That is not arrogance, it is strategy. And in the female mind, strategy translates into stability, security, power. Machiavelli understood that the one who controls perception controls reality. That is why he did not aim to be fair. He aimed to be effective. You are not here to be remembered as a good guy. You are here to be remembered as a man who does not beg for what he can create. And that, brother, begins with how you speak. But even more importantly, from where you speak. A woman is not attracted to what you say. She is drawn to the frame from which you say it. The fatal mistake is entering a conversation reacting. She says something, you respond. She tests, you justify. She doubts, you rush to fix it. From that moment, you are no longer leading. You are validating. And if you are validating, you have already lost. The dominant frame is never imposed. It is installed. And once it is installed, everything that happens will orbit around it. Machiavelli understood that real power is never declared. It is assumed as natural. The prince did not say, I am the leader. He simply behaved as if he already were. He never asked for permission. He never sought approval. He never lowered himself to convince. The frame is not spoken. It is transmitted through silence, certainty, and direction. So, how do you apply this in a conversation? First, never enter her frame. What does that mean? If she throws a sarcastic joke, you do not justify yourself. If she tries to spark jealousy, you do not play her game. If she challenges you with logic, you respond with emotional calm, because the emotional frame always defeats the intellectual one. Always. She says, you're one of those guys who use internet phrases. You reply, yes, but only the ones that work. Then, an enigmatic smile. You are not defending, you are redirecting. The dominant frame is built like an invisible fortress. Every word you speak has intention. Every pause communicates control. Every gesture aligns with your inner narrative. And that narrative is not, I want you to like me. It is, I am here to see if you can keep up with me. Machiavelli advised his princes to cultivate an aura of calculated mystery. Not too accessible, not too distant, just enough to create doubt. And that doubt, my friend, is oxygen for attraction. So apply this. Instead of replying to every message instantly, leave strategic space. Instead of revealing everything in the first conversation, drop clues that suggest, but never close the circle. Once something happened to me in Madrid, but that's a long story. Then change the subject. The void feeds imagination, and the female imagination is the soil where obsession grows. Do not get it twisted. This is not manipulation. It is strategic direction. You are not lying, you are pacing your presence. Because the dominant frame lives not only in what you say, but in what you withhold. Second principle, direct the narrative. In every conversation, there is an unspoken story. Are you trying to convince her that you are special, or is she trying to uncover what makes you different? The frame is defined by who adapts to whom. You do not compete with other men. You are the standard by which they are compared, and that standard is communicated without words, through your emotional detachment.